What's going on, everybody? Let me get this out of the way and push forward with this. Hey, how's it going? It's changing things up again today here. I never know what I'm doing with these live streams. Hopefully, everybody can hear me okay. I am excited to talk about Jurassic tonight. We're going to be talking Jurassic. Let's talk Jurassic, guys. I am Brad. If you don't know me, I am the host of the Jurassic Park podcast, and we do these live streams every now and then. And tonight we're going to be trying to talk about a little bit of Camp Cretaceous, which we'll try to save that for the end of the stream. So we'll save that until later, just in case anybody hasn't seen it. It'll give us some time to talk about other things until we get to that Camp Cretaceous stuff, because I'm sure we'll probably be discussing some spoilers at some point in time tonight. But we're also going to try to discuss some Universal Parks and Resorts updates as far as like what's going on at the parks. Because there's been a whole bunch of updates via the VelociCoaster. There's some fun stuff happening out in Beijing right now with their Jurassic World Island, Isla Nublar section that they've got going on. And what else can we talk about? We can talk about some Mattel Jurassic stuff. I'm excited to talk about that. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. And if you guys have any topics, of course, please throw them into the chat over there. I'll be sure to double check that chat as much as I can throughout the night. So I'm excited. Pop in there and say what's up so I can see who's here tonight and what's going on. Let me know how you guys are doing. I'm going to go ahead. I have to share this again. I did not share it. Yeah, sometimes I just like get so far behind on I think I'm like ready to go with these streams, and I'm like, oh man, there's 1 minute left until the stream. And then of course, once that 1 minute comes and then I try to do the stream, push it live, all of a sudden things don't want to work anymore. So hopefully everything's going smoothly. Looks like it's going okay so far. These are always an adventure. You just never know what you're going to get with these live streams. So just sharing this thing on Twitter, share it around if you guys want to. Tell your friends, tell your family, come on in here. Let's talk some Jurassic. So yeah, let's see. What do we got going on here in the chat? Like I said, drop your, just say hi in there and then drop any kind of questions or conversation pieces you want to discuss later on. We can do that. But let me do a little roundup here because we've been pretty busy. We've been really, really busy this past month. Actually, it would be maybe advantageous if I brought up the feed here. Apple. We'll bring up the Apple podcast. I don't know what podcast service you guys are using. I tend to use, Overcast. I feel like that's like the best one for me. So let's see here. Let me put this over here so we can put this into the stream. So yeah, as you can tell, things are a little bit different looking here. I've got this different background, and I got the logo over here, wherever it is here, and kind of looks like a raptor crate out around the edges. I kind of like that look. And then, yeah, it's like kind of like an inset window. So I wanted to switch things up a little bit, do things a little differently. Because I've never really liked the way that like putting my face full frame looked. So never been a huge fan of that. So now you get at least the full width of the monitor here and everything else. It just looks I think it looks pretty good, in comparison to what we've been doing. Yeah, then we also have, let's see if I can get this right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I changed some things around on the back end here. So hopefully I can make this work right. It's still a little not perfect, but all right, so let's I think this is okay. Yeah. All right. There we go. I think I could probably I don't know. It's not going to be easy to move, I guess, at this point. Let's see. It's no big deal. Anyway, so like I said, we've been really, really busy here on the podcast, and like this entire month of, I almost said June. It's definitely not June. This entire month of January has been really, really crazy. So we've been doing content constantly. I'm like about to fall asleep. But we've been doing so much content recently. So, taking a look at our feed here just to kind of catch you guys up. I have to go 10 more episodes down to even see the full breadth of what's the word of content from January. So, like I said, going back to these Camp Cretaceous episodes, if you guys still haven't seen season 2, maybe you want to go back and watch season 1, or if you just want to refresh and just watch it again, we have a bunch of content for season 1. So we've done all these episode breakdowns, starting with episode 1, then episode 2. So we just went through down the list, had different guests appearing on 2 sets of episodes. So Stephen Ray Morris on these first 2 that you see there on the bottom. We had Alicia Stella. She's a big theme park personality. And then Tim from Collect Jurassic was on episodes 4 and 5. 5 and 6. I gotta learn how to read. And then Chris Pugh from Jurassic Outpost, and you know him as Chris Likes Dinos. He was on episodes 7 and 8. So we did all those 8 episodes right off the bat. And then we also did, what else did we do? We did, which way does my mouse scroll? I don't even know which way I'm supposed to be going here. So we did spoiler-free thoughts on Camp Cretaceous Season 2. So I guess if you haven't watched it yet, you can still listen to those. It's a little less relevant now, I guess you could say. And then I also did a full spoiler episode, and then a pretty big one here at the very end, January 25th at the top there, you can see I did an interview with the executive producer, Scott Kramer, and he talked all kinds of spoilers and stuff for Camp Cretaceous Season 2. So I was really, really excited about that because Scott Kramer and Aaron Hammersley joined me back in Season 1 for Camp Cretaceous, and we talked very lightly. We treaded very lightly because I had seen the season at that point, but they wanted to air it as like a pre-release content thing, so we didn't really touch on spoilers. It was kind of vague, but this time around I was kind of like adamant. I'm like, you know what, hey guys, do you mind if we talk some spoilers this time around? DreamWorks was like, yeah, that's fine, let's do that, and Scott was down for it. So yeah, that was cool. We got to talk a lot of spoilers and stuff, and I'll save that conversation. We'll talk about any revelations, I guess, in the end of this live stream if you want to kind of like refresh on some of those little tidbits here and there. If you remember any of them, of course, you can shout them out in the chat. But that was a really fun interview. I had a good time with that one. Scott is an awesome dude. And I think Camp Cretaceous is in very good hands with Scott and Aaron and everybody else at the DreamWorks team there. So that this month has been insane. And then, oh my gosh, today's Wednesday. In 2 more days, on Friday, we got another episode. Actually, only 1 more day, I guess, because it'll pop up on like midnight Thursday night, for Friday morning. And if you guys want to be a part of that episode, you can be a part of it. As much as I changed with our nice like interface here, I did not add the like phone number pop up or anything like that. I'm still kind of manually doing a lot of this stuff, but get a pen, get some paper. You can write down our phone number if you want to. You know what? Let me see if I got something here. Yeah, I do actually. Let me see if I can just throw this on there. I don't know if this will easily go in there or not, but let's see if this works. Bear with me. Just bear with me for 2 seconds here. All doing this on the fly. Hopefully that's not interrupting the stream all that much. I don't know. I'll just put that there, I guess. It seems like as good of a place as any. Maybe. Yeah, sure, why not? All right. All right, transition that in. Hey, what did you think? What did you think about Camp Cretaceous Season 2? I hate the way that looks. That's not very fun. Can I change this up a little bit? I can make it more massive. I don't know if that helps. Sorry, I'm just like editing it in the background here. Whoa, huge! What did you think, guys? What did you think about Camp Cretaceous Season 2? Let me know. You can give us a call we have a voicemail line. So if you're in the States, I feel like usually that's the best option. You can give that call to 732-825-7763. Or I'm not looking for written thoughts at this time. I know a lot of people tend to write in like thoughts so I can read them on the mailbag. This is not necessarily a mailbag. This is just me saying, hey guys, I'm gonna set it up as far as like the intro to that episode, and be like, this is a thoughts and feelings episode where everybody shares what they thought about season 2, because so far, we've shared what I think, and that's about it. So I want to get other thoughts and feelings out on the podcast feed, and get other people from the community to get their voices heard as well. So if you want to be a part of this episode, which is going to be airing on Friday, do it quick. Call the voicemail line, 732-825-7763. Or all you got to do is open up your phone and, go to that, where I have it here somewhere, the voice memo app. Bring this thing up, and I'm not going to show it because it's got my address on there for some reason. But you know what I mean. Open up your phone, do the voice message, and then email that over. It's pretty easy. I'm sure you guys all have the voice memo app. Just email that over to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com, and I will include all of your audio in there. So just try to keep it clean. Try to keep it fairly quick. I know the voicemails are kind of like 3 minutes long or so, and try to do the same for the voice memos. We want to get as many people in there as we can. I know we've got a lot already, but we're just going to, as many that pop in, I'll air as many as I can. So, yeah, so that's about that. So if you want to be a part of it, go ahead and contact us there. But yeah, so also, guys, while we're here, if you can just open up Apple Podcasts, this would be a huge favor. You can go ahead and just leave a review. Fairly easy. Customer reviews right there. You can leave your reviews, 5 stars. You can write something. If you write anything, I will typically read those at the end of a lot of the episodes. Not every episode, but whenever I can remember or whenever I have time, I'll read them at the end of the episode. So I like doing that. But, sometimes they're really funny ones that I'm just like, I feel absurd reading, but I do it anyway. And sometimes there's like, one that's like not 5 stars, and I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. That is what it is. If that's your thoughts, that's your thoughts. So go ahead, leave us some reviews. We'd be really appreciative of any reviews that you want to leave. So yeah, let's move on. Been dwelling on that. So what's going on in the chat? I know I've kind of disengaged from the chat for a little bit. Let's see what you guys are doing over here. Jurassic Dave, you still here? What's up? Did I transfer this over? Yes, I did. Cloud the Skywing, what's up? Found some new toys. All right, cool. Alyssa, any Spinosaurus fans in the chat? Yeah, I'd hope so. I'm a Spinosaurus fan. I feel like when it comes to the Spinosaurus, I feel like sometimes that I am the only Spinosaurus fan. And I make it known widely across Twitter and sometimes Instagram that I will send out as many memes as possible. I was like trying to think up some from this past week, and I almost sent out a few, but I kind of hesitated on that. But yeah, I love the Spinosaurus. But Siaka's here. What's up? Hi. We got the T-Rex in here. We got Matchy. What's up? Dinosaur fan from, where did it go? It just disappeared. From Dinoland. What's up? How you doing from Dinoland? You want to talk about E750. We'll definitely talk about that. We'll keep that till later in the show. I think, like I said, I don't know if you heard me or not, but I'm going to save Camp Cretaceous until the end of the episode. Dakota can't stay. What's up? I don't know if you're still here or not, but hey from the animal hospital. Hey from the studio. Dakota is he's a contributor here on the show, so shout out to Dakota. Let's see. Alderson just saying I'm so cool. I don't know why. Is that what you really think? Because then I see a lot of like, random typing. So yeah. Anyway, Jurassic Souls is here. What's up? Oh, Jurassic Unicast skipped over you guys. Are you still here? You go to sleep. Go to sleep. What are you doing? Who is it? James or Steve? I don't know. I feel like it's probably Steve. Because James, I feel like, shows up with his Hawkins family or account or whatever it's called. Yeah, this mic is like really in like a weird position for the chat. I should move things around a little bit. Oh yeah. All right. So I don't know. Maybe this is James because it says season 2 over season 1. I don't know if Steve has watched it yet. Jurassic Unicast says, Brad, we need to get you on the pop quiz. You've avoided it like for 4 years. Somehow escaped. Yeah, I mean, it's not purposeful. I have not purposefully avoided the pop quiz, but I would definitely like to do it. I would love to do it. I've wanted to do it. I feel like you guys haven't asked me. Genozoic is here. What's up? You made it. I always feel like you just made it. I never know. I feel like I've heard you say like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it tonight, and then you make it. And now I feel like every time when you show up, you've just made it. Travis Clark is here. He's just saying LOL. What's up? Oh, it says, he said earlier, liked it more than season 1. All right, that's awesome. E. Alderson, what are you doing? What is this chat? There's like random messages here. Classic Source. Does that hurt? You okay? It says here, should I get the Legacy Collection Brachiosaurus? Absolutely. Yes, you should. I've got 2 of them right there on my desk. It's amazing. If you go to our, actually, maybe I can show that here. Just give me a second here. Where is it? Instagram. That's probably a good place for it. Yeah, I can show you. Oh man. No, let's switch accounts. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll show you my setup here. I just posted this yesterday, I think. So let me switch over here on our screen again. Move this down. All right, so here is my setup here, and I've got these 2 Brachiosauruses. It's a little askew there in the picture, but yeah, that's my setup. That's everything you see behind me, my computer, and the 2 Brachiosaurs right there. They're mandatory. I feel like they're mandatory for any collector, any fan of Jurassic. You gotta get the Brachiosaurus. It's like such an iconic dinosaur, and Mattel did an incredible job bringing that to life. Probably one of their best things they've made, and it's incredible. I had to have 2 of them. I had to have 2. I have one of the boxes still just sitting right there, just because it's an amazing looking box. So yeah, shout out to Nico Velasquez there in the chat. What's up, dude? In the Instagram chat right there. One of the Raptors from Jurassic World Live Tour. All right, let's go back here. All right, well, that was quick. Didn't even let me transfer. It just did it itself. All right. Go back to the chat here. Doreen Kelly, what's up? You're new. Hey, newbie. I don't know. That felt weird. Siak is a Spinosaurus man right there. Genozoic found a JP3 Spinosaurus toy today? What? Really? That's incredible. Did you post a picture of this? Pic or it didn't happen? Colin Yip says, any Mattel toy news? News? No, I don't know if there's been any news per se, but we'll talk about I guess recent updates and stuff like that. There hasn't been a ton of of updates in general, but we'll talk about whatever we can in a little bit. Val Monica, especially when Spino killed T-Rex in JP3. Yes. Oh, I didn't read your first message. You just said a lot of us aren't Spino fans because of when the Spino killed the T-Rex in JP3. Hey, that's why I love it so much. That's why I love the Spinosaurus so much. Because it killed that T-Rex. A Rex that we have no attachment to. It's just a Rex. Who cares? Who cares? There was no reason for that to be the outrage moment in Jurassic Park 3. There were so many other things in that movie, even before that moment, that should have been like eye-opening and almost made you walk out of the theater on your first watch. But we got through it all. We definitely got through the movie. Colin asks, any chance to get an interview with Mattel since Toy Fair is canceled this year? I've been considering, chatting with them again. So I'll put out my feelers and I'll try to get them on the podcast again. I was considering doing one of those things because I did one. I don't know when I did that last. Oh, man. I feel like it wasn't all that long ago, was it? Sometime last year. I don't know. But, yeah, I need to do like an interview wrap up with them again, like you're saying, because we don't have Toy Fair. And I was going to bring up Toy Fair. We can talk about the toys now if you guys want to. Yeah, Toy Fair, that's a sore, sad subject, because I've been going to Toy Fair. I've gone to the past two. And, I had the chance to go back and go into the Mattel booth and then walk around the floor and see other stuff. Like last year we went to go see Lego, but there was zero Lego Jurassic stuff in there, which was hilarious. But we got the chance to walk around Mattel's area for a while and talk about other toys and other franchises and other stuff. But of course we were there for Jurassic, and it's always good to see their display and to get first glimpse at a lot of these brand new figures. And that event was middle to end of February last year in 2020, and I was there. And then right after that, I went to Jurassic World Live Tour that same night, and I was surrounded by just thousands of people all day long, being in New York City, then going out to Brooklyn for the live tour. And there's so many people at Toy Fair standing in huge lines, and then tons of people at the live tour, train stations, all that stuff. And then like 2-3 weeks later, all of a sudden everything's shut down. So it's like that yearly reminder for the fact that I have not done absolutely anything in the past year. So it's a touchy subject, but it's not a thing we can do right now. We can't go to Toy Fair. They can't hold Toy Fair. It's just not feasible for anybody right now. I don't know, what their online plans are. Maybe they've got some plans to upload some stuff, because you would assume that maybe they didn't even intend to have anything announced, but their regular schedule probably would have. They probably would have had all their new Dino Escape toys out on the shelves. Yeah, so that would have been pretty cool, and maybe we would have gotten a good glimpse at stuff like that new Spino. Last year they didn't even have any Amber Collection, so probably no Amber Collection stuff, even though we know that there's a lot of stuff on the way. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what they would show off. I know there's a lot of stuff on the way, but we'll see it eventually. But yeah, I would definitely like to do an interview with them. I'll try to set something up sometime soon, because we had a great chat, I think, last time. There was a bunch of them on the podcast. If you didn't listen to it, go back. It's still beneficial to listen to those things. So go listen to that. But did you remove the message? Because I don't know if I see you remove the message here. But I don't know if it was the Toy Fair one. What are you guys saying over here? Now you guys are talking about Kong. Oh, shout out to where did it go? My chat is like skipping all over the place. Jurassic Souls, thank you so much for the super chat. That's awesome. You are always so generous here on the chat, and I really appreciate that. Jurassic Souls, huge shout out to Jurassic Souls for the super chat. And if anybody else wants to donate to the channel, you definitely can. You know, previously we had done donations for outside, you know, people like the Children's Hospital, but now anything that comes to the channel to help us operate and you know, handle the websites and you know, equipment, stuff like that to get this show on the road. But Jurassic Souls says, where's our Spinosaurus, Nash, and Cooper airplane crash playset? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Man. Speaking of Instagram, let me I'll bring up our buddy Tim here with Collect Jurassic, and because he's always a good place to go to. Speaking of that Spinosaurus, let me see if I can fix my background here real quick. Where can I put it? Let's put it here. I just want to change the that's fine. Oh, what happened there? Uh-oh. Why am I like so small? All right, I gotta put that in front. There we go. I don't know why this stuff is like doing it on the fly, so I don't even have a chance to do it before you guys can even see it. Usually that's not the way it works. Anyway, Spinosaurus, guys, has been found in the wild. It's been found out there in the wild. Look at that. New Spinosaurus from Mattel. This is the Extreme Chompin' Spinosaurus with the Camp Cretaceous branding and everything. So, you know, this is a figure that I remember saying whenever I guess Tim had shared those pictures, we saw the figure and I pointed out those eyes, and I'm like, those eyes definitely look like Camp Cretaceous eyes. There's definitely a difference between like the film dinosaur eyes and then the TV show dinosaur eyes. This, I don't want to say cartoony, but it just kind of more of like a animated feel to the eyeballs. Much more vivid coloring and just very different than the Spinosaurus eyeball that came on the previous two figures. This one's very different. Now, then, you know, it did pop up with the Camp Cretaceous box and everything. So, you know, that was before, you know, we got that confirmation. But also, if you guys listened to my interview with Scott Kramer, I did ask him about the toys. And I asked, it's kind of bleeding into my conversation later, I guess we could say. But with Scott, I was talking about the toys, and I asked him about, like, you know, stuff that we saw previously, whether it was the Ceratosaurus and the Baryonyx toys that weren't in Season 1. I said, you know, there's a lot of toys that we're seeing right now. What's the deal? You know, and he did confirm that not every toy that you see in the Camp Cretaceous brand in that box is going to be in the show. He kind of is like, you know, we'd love to, but we just can't pull that off. So it's possible that this has nothing to do with the show. Maybe this is in Season 3, if they do a Season 3. Come on, we know that they're going to do a Season 3. But if there is a Season 3, maybe this is in there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it has nothing to do with the show at all. But I think some of the dinosaurs have generic-looking eyes, and some of them have this more animated-looking eye that this one has. And this is a very, very cool paint job on this thing. I absolutely love this paint job. You know, it's very reminiscent of the JP3 one, but certainly a bit different. You know, it's definitely a bit different than the JP3 Spinosaurus. You know, we previously got the JP3 toy, and, you know, it was essentially similar to this one, but it was a gray body. But everything else is fairly similar. You know, you really could say that this is the JP3 Spino. The one that we got, the gray one, it was almost a little too gray. You know, it definitely looked like the Spinosaurus from the film, but it might actually be a little too gray than what it is in the film. And I'm looking at, you know, the pictures of the animatronic here, and you know, it's not gray. I mean, it's tan and brown, and it blends a lot better to this toy here. There are elements of blue in the sail and stuff like that in the original one, in the film version, but, you know, this one doesn't necessarily have that. But, you know, they're not always 100% accurate. But, you know, there's nothing to say that this couldn't be the one from the film. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is a representation of, like, a reset on the one from the film? Do you think that they're trying to get it a little bit more accurate? Do you think this has nothing to do with Camp Cretaceous and nothing to do with the film? Do you think it's just its own Spinosaurus? You know, because of course we did get that blue one, so obviously that has nothing to do with anything. That's just a blue Spinosaurus. It looked cool. So, but this one just is oddly similar. So it's a little interesting, I think. But yeah. Let's see. And anyway, this was sitting up here. Oh, my bad. Oh, things are flying around. This is Spinosaurus found in Canada. So I know the chat's kind of cut off there. I'll have to fix this chat thing. I don't know why it's showing up so poorly. Can I fix it? Let's see. No, I can't. It's like too much of a hassle to fix on the fly here. I guess I could. Maybe I can. Let's see. It like won't let me click on it for some reason. Nope, I don't know why. Oh, maybe because it's locked. Unlock it. There we go. All right, let's try that. Let's try that a little bit. Let's all right, so that should be a little bit better. I'm still messing around with it. I don't know why. Why is it so? It's not even. It doesn't look anything like what you guys just saw. I don't know why that was happening. Still messing with it. Give me one more second. I want to get it perfect since we're already messing around with it. Oh, come on. This new setup here I have on my back end is not really working all that great. All right, just move it a tad, and then we should be okay. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Bear with me. Oh, no. The background. That's not what I want. I don't know why this is being such a pain. All right, there we go. That should be good. I think that's it. That's it. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. So, there you go. All right, there's the full picture. Oh, Canada. Looks like the new Mattel Spinosaurus is hitting the Great White North first. Spotted in a Walmart out there in Canada. So, pretty cool. And then look at that. Look at that. The first comment. Paul McKell right there. Darius from Camp Cretaceous commenting with some fire. Straight fire. So, what does that mean? Did he just comment on this because he tagged it hashtag Camp Cretaceous? Or is there something a little bit deeper there? Probably not. All right. So what else was I gonna show? What are you guys talking about? Are you talking about anything with this Spinosaurus? Anyway, Jurassic Souls. Thank you again for that super chat. And that's that's the Spinosaurus we're getting right now. I would love it, man, if we got like any kind of figures, any figure with that would have been awesome. Like, I think we'd have to get a separate play set for like Airplane Crash, and you would get those figures. That would be amazing, amazing. Oh man, Genozoic. You just gotta bring up that Brachiosaurus, that baby Brachiosaurus every time. That would be an amazing toy. A full-sized, grown-up Brachiosaur that looks like Harpoon Harrison's Brachiosaurus hatchling. That would be incredible. Oh my god. I just hope it doesn't turn out like as bad as the Jurassic Park 3 Brachiosaur. I know a lot of people are always saying, make that Jurassic Park 3 Brachiosaurus, Mattel. Just do it. And I'm like rubbing my face like, no, who? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you ever make that toy? If you want one, if you want to make one yourself, go buy the Legacy one, and then also go to the acid section of Target, and then drop it on your Brachiosaurus. And there you go. There you go. That's what it would look like. Anyway. Oh, there's the interview with Mattel question. You didn't remove it. I just scrolled like way too far, apparently. Man, this chat is moving all over the place. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, what is going on with this chat? All right, Siaka. Now you're taking it a little too far. A little too far here. You would root for Spino killing Rexy. All right, now that's where it's got to end. I am the guy who is constantly rooting for the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3. I love it. I love egging on everybody that is so, bent out of shape, I guess, about that Spinosaurus winning. But if they like reintroduce the Spinosaurus, and even if it was the same one, if somehow it was still alive, they reintroduced that Spinosaurus to Dominion and it killed Rexy, man, I would be irate. I feel like I would then understand what everybody felt. For some reason, everybody felt that in Jurassic Park 3. I don't know why. Cloud the Skywing's going to buy this Spinosaurus toy immediately. Hopefully, I don't know where you are, but it seems like in Mattel, or I'm sorry, in Walmart, California. I can't get these places and things right. Walmart Canada. There it is. Had to scream it. Walmart Canada is getting it so far. Fingers crossed that they show up anywhere else. Anywhere else. We'll see. Yeah, Alyssa says the Spinosaur lover in me was excited for the Baryonyx. Any Spinosaur we can get. Yeah, I'm definitely down for that mentality. I love the Baryonyx in Camp Cretaceous, in Fallen Kingdom. I love the figures of the Baryonyx. And like even the Mattel Suchomimus, man, I would love to see a Suchomimus in a film or in the show or something like that. But yeah. Yeah, and there it is. Jurassic Soul says we need more Suchomimus. Can always count on you for Suchomimus. Suchomimus content in general. That's funny. I skipped ahead by mistake, and man, did I catch up on some really interesting parts of the chat. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to some other things here that just borrowing from Tim's page here. It's the easiest place to go. We got this T-Rex here. Another, oh, this is an extreme damage T-Rex from Mattel. Possibly, I guess, priced at $19.99. Looks pretty cool. I think I really like this T-Rex. I mean, I wish it wasn't such a, stark contrast there between the stomach and throat area all the way down to the side. I wish it was kind of blended a little bit more instead of just like a instant transition into a different color. But I do kind of like the color scheme that they've got going on here. This brown with that like really sprayed looking darker brown. It's not, and it's much better. I feel like it might be better. It's maybe something I got to see in person, but I'm never a huge fan of that like rigid, streaking of the paint that they do a lot. They do that so much. So this is like a completely different look. This very like splattered, sprayed, or just quickly brushed on or whatever, brown paint. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if other Rexes that we have, because I never got any of those smaller ones. Does the Epic Roaring do this pose? With that bent neck? I don't know. But I do love that pose. I think that's an awesome looking pose. And I love that battle damage. It actually is pretty cool. Gotta say, that's pretty cool. A nice way to handle the battle damage on these newer figures. That's pretty cool. I'm definitely into that. And we got a few more pictures here. You can see it with the closed battle damage. And the back, yeah, it sort of looks a little muddy, but I don't know. I might prefer that. At least the fact that we've gotten so many other paint jobs, I'm okay with like something different here. It's pretty cool. I like that pose. That's a pretty cool pose. Like I said, I don't know. I don't remember if the other ones did that. I don't have the Epic Roaring. It might be over there or something in a box. I don't have that one on display. But that's pretty cool. What do you guys think of this one? Are you into this one? Hey, going back to that Spinosaurus, Genozoic says, can't wait to get that, but don't know where it's going to go on my shelf. Yeah, that's the problem. I literally said that in a message to somebody just before I have some toys coming my way from Canada, actually. And I was talking about, maybe if you can find this one, track this one down. But I should have, what even is it? Albertosaurus, I think? The green one was here. I think it's a different one. Like, is there like a bluish one or something? Or a lighter green? I think it's a lighter green. Yeah, it was lighter. Like a seafoam or something like that. That, I think, should be on its way sometime soon. And I was just like, yeah, no rush at all. I have nowhere to put it. I've got no room anywhere for shelf space for these dinosaurs anymore. Alyssa says, I hope it's the Spino from Sorna rather than a new Spinosaurus entirely. The colors look right. Yeah, I agree. I think the same way as you. I hope it's the same one. Because to me, I think that Spinosaurus is, it's reached that icon status that like Rexy has. Now, sure, Rexy has been in 3 movies and in 1 season of a TV show. So, she's got a little bit more credit behind her, but that Spinosaurus is so impactful. I wouldn't want them to just replace it. The swap worked really, really well in The Lost World when they swapped in two T-Rex that are different T-Rex than we already knew. So that was pretty cool. But I don't know, the Spinosaurus has just become so iconic after How many years? 20 years? 20. This is the 20th anniversary year of Jurassic Park 3. That's nuts. Yeah, Grim the Baryonic says, I hope Spino will show up in Camp Cretaceous. Yeah, hopefully. That would be amazing. Hopefully. Benny T is in Canada, so hopefully that ends up near you. Yeah, hopefully you can grab that sometime. Just, I don't know if you have a way to track down individual stock at stores, but you can eventually find these usually via some websites to find out what's in stock. You know, try not to chance it. I think there's like lockdowns and stuff going on, right? So, you know, don't go nuts. But I know it's an important toy, but so is your safety. Genozoic wouldn't dismiss the possibility of being in Camp Cretaceous. Again, we're talking about that Spinosaurus. Go back to these. Let's go back to these stock photos. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I would love if this thing showed up in Camp Cretaceous. I mean, how cool would that be? How cool would that be? Just to like have a new Spinosaurus, or not even a new one, but just the old one in the show, have a new storyline. Maybe they go to Sorna, maybe something like that happens, or maybe they transferred it and we just didn't know about it. Like that would be pretty awesome. Dinosaur fan from Dinoland thinks it has something to do with Camp Cretaceous, but not the film. So you're thinking that, you know, this is a new Spinosaurus, not the one from Jurassic Park, but it is in Camp Cretaceous. It's possible. It's possible. I'm not going to dismiss anything. I think that would be pretty insane if this thing showed up in Camp Cretaceous. And yes, you know, it definitely means that if that happens, it definitely means that Brooklyn's in Fallen Kingdom. What was the thing? What did we say? Brooklyn. Oh, is in the auction scene? Is that what we were saying? Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh, man. That would be hilarious if she was. Yeah, Siaka says, I feel like whatever E750 is, we'll see it as a toy by the end of the third season, or by the time the third season drops. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, there might be some inclination that that's a possibility. Let's leave it at that. But I don't know. And if that's the case, I don't want to believe that. I definitely don't want to believe that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see if it shows up. Hopefully it doesn't get spoiled. You never know, though. You never know with Mattel and their relationship with Universal and stuff like that. It's always a give and take as far as when are things supposed to be released. When's the official street date for things? And, you know, when are things going to actually hit the market? Whether it's something like Battle at Big Rock or otherwise, you know, these Mattel toys, but for Camp Cretaceous. But I really hope it's not spoiled. I really hope it's not spoiled because, man, that would be such a bummer. But I think, you know, we have that conversation that I have with Scott Kramer where he did say, you know, not everything you see as a toy for Camp Cretaceous, labeled as Camp Cretaceous, is going to be in the show. So even if you see something pretty interesting, maybe it doesn't end up in the show. So and Genozoic, no, that is not what I had said. I did not. I had said drop the acid on the Brachiosaurus. Like literally pouring acid. Oh. Yeah, definitely a different story. That was completely different. Is that music still going? I guess it is, huh? I decided to not wear my headphones today. That T-Rex looks like it's wearing a neck brace. Yeah, I mean, it kind of does with the, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't really like the thrash and throw, was because it had that weird neck thing going on, and I wasn't really a big fan of that. So yeah, that was it. It's a little weird, but with the toys and the articulation and the movement and everything, you kind of have to do something weird like that. The extreme chomping doesn't do that pose. Okay. Alistair McGovern says, just found this channel. You have a new subscriber. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Aaron Elliott says, isn't season 3 coming out in May? Because you have the book line of volume 3. Yeah, the book says, I think, June 1st. It's possible. It's possible it's coming in May. You would think. Yeah. I mean, that lines up perfectly with the 4 months in between the first and second season, so season 3 could come then. But who knows about season 4? I don't know what the heck's going to happen there, but season 3, it's probable, very probable that we'll get it in May. As long as everything goes well. I hope that it's been doing well. I haven't checked to see if it was like, what do you call it? Trending or anything like that. I did see the initial day or day after it was like trending at number 6 or something like that on Netflix. And Jen is like, you actually asked Mattel not to spoil E750. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know if they'll pass that along or not, but I feel like sometimes it just doesn't matter. But, all right, so what else we got here? We got this T-Rex, right? This thing. He was showcasing this the other day, and I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this. It's weird. It's weird looking to me. Not a big fan of this. I mean, I like that other Rex that was on previously, but this statue here, I mean, I feel like it's not often. It's not often that the Rex is portrayed well in statue form. I don't know what it is. I feel like more often than not, it looks fairly bad in statue form. I don't know. This does not look great to me. I feel like we've gotten this 6 different times too. Like, I feel like we've gotten this already many times over. Sure, it's nice that there's a goat there. I don't know. The T-Rex just looks a little weird to me. And, like, why is the truck there? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. But it's got light up functionality here. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not really anything that I'm gonna go for under $40. It looks like. I don't think that's anything I'm gonna go for. Especially like Genozoic said, these days the space on the shelving is looking a little thin. So, don't think it's really for me. Don't think it's for me. I keep moving around here. I'm like, I gotta find a comfortable spot. Luna Girl always liked the T-Rex ornament from Hallmark, personally. I don't remember what that looked like. But what else we got here? Yeah, like I said, not a huge fan of this thing. Oh. Yeah, here we go. All right. Big news story of 6 days ago. This I don't even know what to call it. Tiger raptor, I guess. Tiger striped raptor from the Lost World. I think I pre-ordered it. I think the pre-order popped up prior. I don't. I feel like I've pre-ordered like 6 different things in the past like 2 weeks. So I don't even remember. I think it pre-ordered this. I think I pre-ordered Pteranodon and pre-ordered Ray Arnold. So I don't even care about the Pteranodon, and I pre-ordered that. But I think I might like it more than this, unfortunately. This is a big bummer to me. You know, and I was talking about this this specific kind of thing here with the paint job, as far as that T-Rex went. When you know, I was kind of showcasing the fact that it had like a new spray pattern down the back. This is what I don't like about so many of these toys, is that they're painted this way. Very, very sharp paint jobs with the striping and everything. It's there's just a instantaneous cutoff from one color to the next, no blending. The tiger striped raptors are so nuanced and so amazing looking. It's really, really upsetting to see this paint job. Sorry, I'm just trying to look up that raptor for you so we can compare and contrast images here. Let's see, what's a good image here? Let's use this. All right, so is it? No, it's not big enough. No, let's not use that. How big is that? That's not big either. That's fairly big. Yeah, let's use that. I'm not clicking the right thing. Open image in a new tab. All right, so let's use this. All right, so you should be able to see it there now. So, yeah, I mean, look, the stripes are very, you know, kind of similar to what we're seeing there. But I think the difference is how the underlying paint job really is, it blends it a little bit better. This one is just so orange underneath, and then those browns are just so dark, and there's nothing in between. Like, that brown really extends nearly the entire way down the spine of this raptor and the tail and everything. And I don't know, it just blends better. It's a darker orange with more detail and a white underlying, you know, paint job underneath. And, you know, the head is very white on this. Maybe it's overexposed. I don't know. But that just does not look like that raptor at all. And the eyeball is gold here for some reason. And, you know, that's a very, you know, yellowy, greenish, like, you know, yellow color there with a very thin, you know, slit for the eye there. And maybe the fact that this is just the blue figure recreated over and over again has something to do with it, because it doesn't necessarily look like this raptor all that much. I keep flipping back and forth just to compare. But I don't know. It just does not look very good to me. Pretty bummed out about that one. You know, this is a figure that I was really, really looking forward to, because this raptor is so iconic. You know, it's so good looking. The best raptor, I think, out there, color scheme wise, and just like visually, and it's just so striking. So I was definitely bummed to see that this is what we got. When I talked with Mattel, you know, and they had asked, like, what do you want from the Amber Collection line? I had said, the first thing I think I had said was Tiger Stripe Raptor. And so this is something that I've been really, really looking forward to. And just doesn't cut it for me. I'm not a big fan of that, and it doesn't differentiate itself enough from the other raptors. So yeah, I'm pretty bummed out about that, obviously. But I'm still gonna get it, still gonna check it out. And Midway Mayhem is here. It says, seen Echo for VelociCoaster yet? And yeah, I've seen the a very, very up high, I think it was BioReconstruct's photo. I think that's what it was. Yeah, it was down. Yes, it was definitely him flying over. And I've seen it, and it looks a lot like the kind of like this one actually, but it's the new paint job. As far as I can tell, it looks like the new paint job for Echo rather than the old original film paint job for Echo, which is, I guess, a bummer. I don't even know what to think with that paint job for that Raptor. I actually have I have a good image here. Let me see if I can bring it up for Echo, and then I'll try to bring up that one too. I wanted to talk about theme park stuff, so we'll get to that in just a minute. But let me see if I can bring up this picture. Hopefully I didn't delete it. I might have just deleted it the other day. I don't know. Oh wait, it might be in here. All right, so let me try to bring up this image here so we can look at Echo a little bit. Echo. Just bear with me. This is probably take me a second. Where did I put it? Podcast images. Random. Okay, here we go. All right, so here is my Echo. Yeah, this is Echo, right? Yeah. Here are my images for Echo. So I put this thing, it's just like I just threw them on a picture here. So we got a bunch of different Echoes, right? So we got the film version down there on the bottom right. You can tell it's got these browns and then green striping on it and stuff like that. Echo in Jurassic World Evolution, I believe, is the one directly next to that on the bottom right. You can see that one there with the brownish and then the green striping. And then top left, you can see, hey, they tried to attempt it with the $8 figure or whatever. And, it didn't really look all that good. Very green, very bland, mustardy, yuck color, pea green, I guess, for the body. And there's this, of course, this image here that kind of showcases it in the center top. You can't really see the striping there, but you're getting a brown Echo. And then, of course, you got this newer Camp Cretaceous model of the Savage Strike. Is that what that one was? It was one of the jumpers. But then, it changed even, around that time. Let's see, Echo... Camp Cretaceous merch. Let's look up some merch because the merch showcased completely different iteration. And that's really where it came from. It came from the whole Camp Cretaceous toy line, merch line. And let me bring up this image here. And all right, so I'll put this over here in the display. Oh my gosh, that's not working right. Come on, mouse. This mouse is not my correct mouse. All right, here we go. Let me get that out of the way. Bye-bye, Echo. Hello, Echo. So on the right-hand side is you see this new iteration of Echo, which is a very similar underlying color with brown stripes now. And that is what it looks like is in the VelociCoaster, right? So that looks like the figure that I saw, at least in VelociCoaster. I saw blue, and then I think across from blue, if I remember correctly, was this dinosaur over here, which is now Echo, based off of this, for some reason, redesigned character for Camp Cretaceous. And also, if I go back to Collect Jurassic, I'm sure he's got a picture here not too long ago. I know he posts a lot of stuff, but scrolling, oh, there it is. And this is exactly what it looks like as well in the attraction, I would think, is this Echo, which I think is a much better looking paint job than the Tiger Stripe Raptor. Even though this is not Echo that we know and love from the film, it's the new iteration of Echo that they, for some reason, are putting, it was in Camp Cretaceous for second and a half. Apparently, it's it's the Amber Collection. We know it's the Amber Collection, and apparently it's in the ride as this new iteration. And that was going to be something that I wanted to bring up too, which I'll try to showcase that in a little bit. I don't even know if Midway Mayhem is still around. If you're here, shout out. What's up? But let me see if I can find that picture real quick. Media. Let's take a look. I'm scrolling through BioReconstruct's photos. It's insane the amount of pictures that BioReconstruct is able to share from the parks and flying over also from inside the parks and stuff like that. It's pretty insane. But it shouldn't be too long ago. It was like a few days ago. Let's see. I might have scrolled already too far. Wait, here we got some VelociCoaster. I think I went too far already. Going back up. All right, getting there. All right, so it should be right around here. So the other day they brought in a bunch of dinosaurs. Actually, it's not even here. I don't know where it is. No, it's not there. I must have just missed it. Yeah, they brought in even more dinosaurs. Just a few days ago, which I know you saw as well. Oh wait, here we go. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, this is even actually a different picture than I originally saw, but yeah, let's just look at this one. Oh my gosh, that is straight up. That's that toy, right? That's that. And it's also this. So that's that, and it's not the one that I, it's not the original Echo, for sure. So, it is what it is. And I think that was blue, maybe right under the track there that you're seeing. But that's definitely the new paint job. And that's not even the picture that I was looking for. Because I know there was another one. Oh, there it is. This is the one I was thinking of. I didn't even see that second one, so that's cool. This one, I mean, it's hard to tell, but I think it's more brown than green. But to me, it looks like the new paint job, right? That definitely looks like the new paint job for me. And blue looks phenomenal. I think blue looks amazing. And I mean, yeah, that one also looks amazing too. Don't get me wrong. It's just like this thing that for some reason Universal decides they need to do is change the dinosaur. I don't get it. I don't get it really. But it's fine. It's fine. It's really fine. Whatever they want to do, But yeah. Always doing deep dives into Echo. So let's see. What else? Just going back really quick. Let me just make sure we didn't miss anything over on Tim's Instagram channel page thingy here. No, that's about it. I mean, there's been some stuff popping up in stores. We got the Pteranodon here. That looks cool, I guess. It says Jurassic Park 3 down there. That's weird. Yeah, I don't really care for any Pteranodon figures, to be honest. But if this one can get me like a better pose so I can maybe stand it with the stand, there looks like the stand is in there. I would appreciate that because there's no way to display these things right now. The regular Pteranodons, which I'm assuming is very similar size to this one. So, yeah, it's okay. I'm down for it. I can't wait to see the Ray Arnold. I have not seen any of these yet. I still have not seen it. I have a video coming out in the next day or two showcasing my latest toy hunt, which has none of this branding for Jurassic World at Target. So, yeah, spoilers for that video. Oh, yeah, we've got this capture gear T-Rex thing. Now, that's a good-looking T-Rex. That T-Rex looks amazing. Incredible. They're using that new paint technique. It looks like very like dirty looking Rex with the paint job up top. I love that. Very clean looking underneath, but it's got that capture gear, which is just amazing. And then this Stego, interesting. So thank you, Tim, for the usage here on your Instagram channel. Is that what you call it? Instagram page? I don't know. What do you call? Anyway, let's see. What else we got going on? What are you guys doing over here? Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Siaka says, Echo Million. Echo Million. That's amazing. Yeah, 100%. Echo just... I don't understand it. I don't understand the logic, really. Like, I have no idea why that's the case. Why do they feel the need to change it? I mean... I don't get it. Because it didn't need to change for Camp Cretaceous. Because that scene is so dark, and it's literally a minute long, and there's no need to change the design for that show. To the point where you're changing the Amber Collection, you're changing a figure in a roller coaster. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're like, hey, I didn't really like how it looked in the attraction. Or I didn't like the way it would have looked when we installed it with the old paint job or something like that. And they're like, you know what, let's redesign it for the attraction. And therefore it bled down to Camp Cretaceous, and then it, went down to all the other stuff. I don't know. Maybe we're going to get some iteration of them in Q video. I think that's fairly possible for the attraction. Maybe we'll get them in the line for the ride. Maybe there was a reason they changed it for Universal Beijing in some video, some ride video. I don't know. Because that, there's the Jurassic World Adventure out in Beijing that, it's like a Transformers / Spider-Man type attraction where, you're driving through the park, and maybe you come across all raptors. I don't know. I have no idea. But maybe they change it for that. I can't think of any other reason why they would change it. I don't know. But Echo Million. Luke and Wood just wanted to say hi because you love the Jurassic Park podcast. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Genozoic, I'm going back up. You want to change your home into the equivalent of Rancho Obi-Wan for Jurassic. Yeah, that would be pretty insane. I mean, I feel like Ted Brothers is on his way, right? Ted Brothers is on his way there. He's been showing off his collection lately, and it looks pretty awesome. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Lucan asks, why isn't there an Apatosaurus? I don't know. I'm assuming you're talking about the toys, right? Yeah. That one time when the Brachiosaurus box art had the Apatosaurus on it was interesting. And, we're all like, oh, we're going to get an Apatosaurus pretty soon, right? Sure, we haven't gotten one. I would love, and I would hope that they're planning a retro Jurassic World line where, we've got the figures from Jurassic World. Mattel never had the chance to release Jurassic World figures. Obviously they skipped right ahead to Fallen Kingdom when they got the license. But, man, it would be really cool if they decided, let's go ahead and release Jurassic World toys. So maybe that's why they save the Apatosaurus, and they save Claire in her white outfit, and Masrani and Dr. Wu, stuff like that. So, it's possible. The Echo Evolution. All right. Jenna's like, I don't know where you're going with the dinosaur can blend their colors, echoing their environment. Is that a thing they did outside of the Indominus? I don't remember that. Yeah, Siaka says, I swear one day we'll see a flashback of Echo in the films and she will be this new version. You know, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. I would love if they flash back to those Raptors. I would love to see that again. I don't know if they'll have enough time to do that. How much time can they devote to a flashback of that? And other stuff, hopefully. But I don't know. Maybe they're gonna do a live action TV show that does something. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? We said the rides, Jurassic World Aftermath. I don't know if there's a reason they changed it because of that. I don't know. Echo is actually 5 Velociraptors taking turns. It's possible. All right, so since we're kind of done with the toys, I think let's move on to let's talk about some theme park stuff for a little bit. So, we just showcased, which I mean, we don't have really a ton to discuss here. I'll go back over to Twitter here. We'll go to the smaller window, and I gotta move over. So back over here, man, this attraction looks amazing. Like Bioreconstruct, killing it with the photos. You can see again there. Oh yeah, and then actually you can see Charlie. Is that Charlie down there in the bottom left? Okay, so you got Blue up top, and then okay, another one, Delta, and then Charlie are down there. And I don't know, I can't tell which one's which from up here, but yeah, that's definitely looks like the new paint job on the Raptor. But man, this attraction looks like it's going to be insane. And actually, they've been over the past several days or past day, they've been running it with people. I think they were filming a commercial or something like that out there, and decided, you know what, let's put some real people on this attraction instead of some dummies, and let's get some reactions. Man, this thing looks so good. I love this like center like explosion of rock here. That is like super cool looking. And that's pretty cool. You can see that top arrow pointing to that like very kind of Indominus like paddock. That's pretty cool. It kind of really, I feel like it's referencing the Indominus paddock in a big way there. So I don't know what that is, if that's some sort of queue or load station or something like that. I don't know. Scrolling through, I know Bioreconstruct, awesome account. Go follow it on Twitter if you're not already. But always showcasing all kinds of cool theme park stuff mostly from like Orlando, Guardians of the Galaxy, Epcot, Ratatouille, some bathrooms over in France. Let's see, a bunch of stuff here, mostly Disney stuff. Let's see, what's that? Oh, this is a truck. Actually, it's pretty awesome. This trucks just like in the lagoon, or not the lagoon, but just the rivers of America. Is that what it's called? Yeah. That's amazing to see. Such a weird sight. Usually this is entirely filled up with water, and you got the ferry that goes around here. That's pretty cool to see. But not Jurassic related. Tron, Polynesian. All right, so here we got some raptors that came in recently. This was posted January 24th, so a few days ago. And these are, I believe these are the different raptors. Like a bunch of them popped in around the waterfront area of the lagoon in Islands of Adventure. And you can see here some more. They're posted, I guess, on either side of the walkway here, which goes down towards that bridge, I believe. And if you go up left here, you'll actually go to the entrance of the attraction. But they placed a bunch of raptors out here. You can see one there. And I love the pose of this raptor. It's very reminiscent of the Cyclops raptor pose, which I really, really appreciate. It's very low. That's something that's very cool. You can see more off in the distance. There's one right there, straight away for that pathway that we were just looking at. Pretty awesome. And these ones, I don't imagine that these are actually painted in any Velociraptor color scheme that we know from the films, but I think these are just statues, like a stone statue. That one's posed downwards a little bit. This is the VelociCoaster entrance over here. Yeah, you can see two of them right there on the entrance. Pretty cool. These ones are not posed like the Cyclops Raptor, but a very different pose there. But yeah, somebody, I forget where it was, if it was Mayhem or somebody else like that, Alicia, posted it was this picture up here. Very close-up pictures of them, and man, that is cool. Look at that. Who's under there? But yeah, here you get a good close-up look of this, like, looks like stonework Velociraptor. So I don't think that's going to be painted like blue or anybody like that. I just think it's going to be stone. That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, because if these are just like, statues kind of, getting your way over to the attraction, it really doesn't make a lot of sense to have them look like a Velociraptor, But I don't know if it'll be interesting to see what the design, like the characteristics of the face are. If it's like a Jurassic World style, a Jurassic Park style, or something in between. I don't know. That would be cool. I'm assuming it's going to be world style, but who knows? Let's see if there's anything else here we can showcase. I know some more stuff happened over the past day or so, like I was saying. I don't know if they're on this account. Okay, so here's some more. Ah, man, look how good that looks. That is insane. That is insane. I love that so much. Obviously I'm torn. It's like directly against Harry Potter, and that's the backdrop that you're getting down there in Hogsmeade. But, it is what it is. These details are amazing. Look at that. Right through the rockwork there. Got lights all over the place. It's really, really beautiful looking. You can see the trees out front. That's so good. Look at this. Man, that's cool. And that's where it ends. 36 minutes ago, this picture was posted. Awesome. All right, so let me see, because I know there was some other ones that I wanted to showcase for you. I didn't prep any of that stuff. Let's see. Now, let me see if I can find some, because I know there was, like I said, some actual people were riding the attraction. which was pretty awesome. I don't know if you can. All right, so let me try to put this on here. This is pretty cool to see. I'll save that for a second. Let's see what else we can find. There was a Universal Orlando pass holder commercial that says that thing goes 70 miles per hour. That's cool. Oh yeah, I wanted to showcase this because it was pretty cool. I'll get to all this stuff in a minute. So Mayhem, Midway Mayhem had this picture here. Let me showcase this. I don't know if you're still here or not. Going back to that. So walls are starting to come down, and as somebody who's not in Orlando currently, so I don't really know what the wall situation has looked like of late. But yeah, I've never seen this curve section before, so that's really awesome. And you're getting a glimpse there, a very good glimpse of the tower. So that like looking tower there for the Velociraptors, I would assume. But yeah, that looks good. That looks real good. That looks awesome. That's very cool. Do you have any other pictures there? Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, all right. So you got some new pictures here. Oh, confirming it's the old one. Oh, would you look at that? I mean, it's the old one, but is it, though? Is it? Is it the old one? Look at that picture. Why didn't you tell me this earlier? You make me go around here looking at sky-high pictures for the longest time. That's funny. Look at that. Look at that. What do you guys think? What do you think? Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm wrong. I'm glad. I guess. Am I glad? Does that look like Echo? I guess. I don't know. Does it? Is that Echo? I don't. What? I mean, is it? Maybe. Though. What is going on with this rebrand of Echo? What is happening with Echo? What is going on? Can somebody please explain it to me? All right, so that's not Echo. This is Echo. I don't know. What does Echo look like anymore? I mean, I guess this kind of looks like more of the iterations that I was kind of showcasing earlier, right? So, you know, it definitely more so represents that the one from the film for sure. It's something weird about it though. I mean, I'm looking at back-to-back pictures here. I know you guys aren't, but maybe it's just the lighting on Main Street at night in that one picture that you see there that makes it look darker, but this looks like a very, very tan iteration of Echo. So, I don't know. No idea what's going on here. This is a revelation. Adding something completely different to the mix here. What is happening? I'll go back to your picture there so you can see that. What is happening with Echo, guys? I don't even know. What is going on? And that tongue, what is that? That thing is sharp. Look out for that thing when you're flying by. Yikes. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. Very good picture, though. Shout out for that picture. That is a good one. You got a good picture of Blue there looking, very saggy. Yep. Okay? You okay? is happening here? What is this ride? Look, you're going to be going like 60 miles an hour past this stuff, so who cares? But, eek. Some more pictures for you guys. All right, so there's that. Wow. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Look at that. Look at that. I like these new masks. But look at that. Would you look at it? Is that Echo? Add it to the mix. Echo, what are you doing? Could you explain things? I don't know what's happening anymore. What do you guys think? What do you think of this? Midway Mayhem out there getting these up close and personal pictures. I'm assuming these are straight from him. Yeah, but this is actually the other picture I was gonna showcase here too. I love this. Somebody built, I guess, this VelociCoaster train out of Lego, and they're selling it on Etsy, and that's pretty amazing. So, kind of want that. $89. Pretty cool. Pretty amazing. Kind of like that a lot. So man, what are we doing, Echo? What is going on? Wow, okay. Echo. Okay. All right. So, here we are. What are you guys talking about? What are you guys saying? All right. Who said that? I just saw it. Where did it go? Lucan said, that was Foxtrot, not Echo. That's Foxtrot. Yeah, that does not look exactly like Echo to me, but, you know. Are these leaked or are they officially released? I mean, these are leaked, I guess. You know, you just over there, there's plenty of spots to take pictures. So this is where it comes from. So yeah, it's not like from Universal or anything like that. But yeah, it's just for the attraction. Siaka says the echoes are collapsing in on themselves. I don't know if I read that or not, but I found it funny. So Shay can't even remember what Echo looks like anymore, even after all the pictures I've been showing all night. Intern copied and pasted the wrong model. I don't know. It's strange. It's a strange one. And like, it just really grinds my gears that they gave us this Echo in Amber Collection, and they had so much struggle with it in the core line, the 3 3/4 inch line. And Camp Cretaceous model looks different. Like, why? Why? I would love an explanation. Love an explanation. So anyway, shout out to Midway Mayhem for these awesome pictures. That's cool. Looks good. Looks good. What was I going to showcase here? We should start getting into Camp Cretaceous here. So yeah, I'd like to start talking about Camp Cretaceous. And I want to start talking about spoilers and stuff like that. If you have any kind of spoiler discussion you want to have around Camp Cretaceous, stick around. Or if you don't want to be spoiled by it, sure, you can back out. Please back out. Yeah, I'd like to talk about the show a little bit and get your feelings and get your thoughts. Again, I do have that, let's see here, put this up here. Let me shrink this down just a little bit since the screen's a bit different now. Yeah, so transitioning this over. So guys, if you have your thoughts and feelings on season 2 of Camp Cretaceous, please give us a call. Call 732-825-7763. Nobody's going to pick up. I'm not going to pick up. You can call, leave your voicemail, and just let us know what you think on season 3. Stay concise. You can talk spoilers. You can talk whatever you want. Just go ahead and give us a call. Or if you want to pick up your phone, record the voice memo, email it straight over to us to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. And I will play all of these voicemails and the audio emails. I'm not taking any written emails. I so far I have gotten a few written emails, but I'm not going to be using them. Maybe I'll use them for an upcoming Jurassic mailbag or something like that. But for now, we're sticking with voice memos and emails and stuff like that. So Camp Cretaceous, I'm like sliding all over the place back here. Camp Cretaceous season 2? Yeah, season 2. What do you guys think? So I want to talk spoilers, so back out if you haven't seen anything about the second season. But yeah, I hope you guys checked out my interview with Scott Kramer, because there was so many cool details in there. I want to discuss some of those things here tonight. Let me bring up my notes real quick. So a few quick things. Going back to season 1, I had to ask him some season 1 stuff because I didn't get a chance to talk. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to talk spoilers for season 1 with Scott and Aaron last year. So I wanted to ask him a few things. So I asked him about Manticore, and I was like, you know what? What was the inspiration for that? Where did that idea come from and stuff like that? And initially, they wanted to kind of fold Biosyn into the mix, which I thought was really interesting. The fact that, like, you know, they know they want to do a conspiracy storyline with people stealing information, stuff like that, and they wanted it to be Biosyn. So, you know, that's really cool. The fact that they wanted it to be Biosyn. But then at that point, Colin's, you know, coming into the writer's room, and he's sharing their ideas and the stuff for Dominion. Because I guess he was writing the script as this was all happening for Dominion. So he was still writing the script for Dominion while they're conjuring up these ideas for Camp Cretaceous Season 1. And I guess they kind of steered clear of the Biosyn stuff because, you know, Biosyn is coming up in the film. So pretty interesting that they initially wanted to use Biosyn. I'm sure at that point they were kind of just mining material from the books and the novels, all that stuff, you know, like, because you can't really mine much from that first film since they didn't mention Biosyn, but, you know, we know that it is Biosyn that was trying to steal the embryos. But that's pretty cool. I was pretty pumped to hear him shout out Biosyn in that interview. I thought that was pretty cool. What else we got here? All right, so I had to ask Scott about some confirmation details because as you're watching the show, you know, I know in my head I had a few things that I was like, is this supposed to be that or is that supposed to be this? And one of those details was the Toro at the end of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Is that the same Carnotaurus that you see Toro kind of transform into at the end of season 1 with that explosion? Because if you look, they look very similar. Sure, there's differences to them, but you could just kind of chalk those up to animation versus live action. Because, you know, when you translate things, they don't always look identical. But a lot of people have been thinking that maybe that is Toro in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Not in the middle of the movie, but at the end of Fallen Kingdom, in the lab, Lockwood, you know, area where they were just about to release them and stuff like that. And then I guess the one that bit and tore open Mills, I guess, with the Rex, right? It's been a while. I think that's what happened. Anyway, his intent was for that not to be the same dinosaur. So I don't know if he just didn't really realize that they look so similar in nature or not, because he was kind of comparing the fact that, like, well, Toro is all burned up and, the one in Fallen Kingdom is not burned up. But, when you're looking at it, it's like a demon Carnotaur. It looks so different. But that was not their intention. So at least we have some confirmation there. But at the same time, I said to him, I'm like, I don't know. I still, you're not really, hard on your confirmation. So I'm still willing to believe it, that it's the same one. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, let's believe it. Let's go ahead and believe it. But I also asked him about the monorail explosion, because I know we had a fun conversation about it here on YouTube when we were live streaming that episode. But that monorail explosion happens, right? And the kids are like shaken, the monorail moves and all that stuff. And then at that moment in time, I am trying to piece together the film, Jurassic World, and Camp Cretaceous to kind of plot out the details as far as where we are in the story. And in my mind, I instantly went to, hey, that's Charlie blowing up off in the jungle. Sure, the placement could be a little different. Who knows? But and then later on in that same episode, they kind of say to themselves, the kids say, well, I guess we know what that explosion was, when they see the monorail was kind of dislodged from the track and on fire and stuff like that. So sure, it definitely could be that. And Scott was kind of like, at that moment, it's basically just the kids trying to figure out what was going on. So I'm kind of taking from that, like, it's I guess a bit of the unreliable narrator, because they think that's what the explosion was, but they don't know that's what the explosion was. The show is kind of telling us that's what the explosion was, but he was willing to let us kind of believe, it's around the same time, so who's to say it's not Charlie exploding? So if you guys want to believe, like me, that was Charlie exploding, let's do it. Let's believe. I'm down to believe that. I think there's definitely a bit of believability there as far as Charlie blowing up in the jungle. I think it could be, but who knows? What else can we say here? Season 1? No, that's about it for season 1, I think. What do you guys think? Anything from season 1? Any of those details that you liked or not? Let me see what you guys are saying about season 2, because I asked you what you thought. And let's see. Siaka says Ben is Cobra Kai material. I love that. Yeah, Ben is Cobra Kai material. That's hilarious. Let's see. Shay loved season 2. Jurassic Battle Droid says, I think season 2 wasn't as good as season 1. Genozoic says season 2 was full of a lot of small details, specifically for fans. Compsognathus Venom being the breakout hit. Yeah, that was an awesome moment. When that happened, when they mentioned that, I forget who mentioned it. Was it Darius, maybe? I don't remember. I remember like, oh, that's cool. That's awesome. They mentioned it right there. Like it's some cool confirmation. And I thought that was a really nice tie into things. So I love those details. Those little details where, it's stuff for us, the hardcore fans, I guess you could say. I don't like to differentiate fans really all that much, but the people that read and intake everything and watch everything, that's what that kind of moment is for. It's not necessarily for the kids that are watching the show, but for everybody that really digests everything. So that's one of those amazing details. Let's see. Siaka says, season dropped from being rated TV PG to being rated TV Y7. Not sure why. Maybe it was the harsher deaths. Maybe. Were there harsher deaths? I guess. I don't know. Were there? things were pretty violent in that first season too, but it's possible. I don't know. So, Jurassic Battle Droid says the T-Rex ran to a stationary, non-moving cardboard cutout. So I know, I think Siaka's commenting on it here, saying the Rex eyesight is based on frogs. Frogs can see non-moving objects. They're just triggered by moving objects. The novel explains it that way. I think Alan was just simplifying it so it still works in Camp Cretaceous. That's possible. I think, within the franchise of the films, the canon of the films, the T-Rex can't see you. If you're not moving, you cannot be seen, right? There is no other detail. That is the detail. And that's why we have the flares as like the, hey, we're over here. Come find us. We got a flare. We're moving our arms. You can come see us. If you're not moving, that's it. I feel like it's like black and white with this situation for the Rex. It sees you or it doesn't. In this case, there was that cardboard cutout right at the end of Main Street. But the little detail that changes things is the fact that the cardboard cutout had, I think somewhere over there was the video, the camera, right? The GoPro on the handle. And she was like, hey, everybody, come on, watch my channel, all that good stuff. You heard like the voiceover happening at that moment. So I think the Rex not being drawn to the cardboard cutout was more so drawn to the sound. That's what I gathered from that moment. It was the sound, not the cardboard cutout. So, that's where I'm going with that one. I think that's a good way to look at it. I don't think you need to be like, oh, this broke everything. The fact that there was a cardboard cutout. But I think that's the best way to look at it, is it heard the sound effects of the camera being played out and ran towards that and was distracted by that. But yeah, I do like that in-depth explanation from Siaka there. The fact that, yeah, it can see it. It's just triggered by, a little bit of movement. Yeah. The Gaming Carnotaurus says, Carnos are my favorite dinosaur. And it was heartbreaking in season 1 to see him get burned alive. And I was shouting at my TV when Ben bullied him off a cliff. Interesting way to look at that, huh? I think that's pretty funny. Maybe you're not trying to be funny with it, but when they're in season 1, the kids are being attacked by this Carnotaurus. The kids are not asking for any kind of, interactions with this Carnotaurus. The Carnotaurus is just going full, attack on those kids. Ben bullying the Carnotaur off a cliff is a bit interesting way to look at it, I guess. That whole sequence is a little iffy for me. I don't know. I can give or take that whole moment there. But I definitely think Toro's still out there. I don't think Toro's gone. We saw Toro kind of shimmying down in the, at the bottom of that cliff. So I think Toro's still going to be okay. If Toro was dead, you would see Toro dead. So I think Toro's going to have some back problems in season 3. So that's what I'm taking from it. Cobra Kai's latest season had so many small JP Jurassic World references. Yeah, there was I remember video game. There was the Jurassic World arcade game, or Jurassic Park, or whatever it was. There was another. I remember another one. Was it like I forget what it was. It was like a toy or something, wasn't it? I forget. It's been like a few weeks. Taylor, what's up? What's up? We're talking about Camp Cretaceous. Have you seen it? Hopefully you've seen it. Siaka says, my one real gripe with season 2 is that we have a second moment of Darius chewing out Brooklyn on a subject we'll know she's correct about on rewatch, just like season 1. So season 1, what did he do? I'm trying to remember. Inform me. I'm trying to remember what he did to kind of ream her out there. I don't remember. But in this one, it was definitely like, you know, the whole conspiracy thing, like, get over it. You know, it's about you and your followers and all that stuff. And so that was a big thing. And Darius, you know, I feel like season 1 was his season. Season 2, I don't know if it was necessarily anybody's specific season. But I think it was much more of an ensemble piece, I guess you could say. But he didn't really have much of a transformation in season 2. Darius was kind of just Darius, right? Like, he didn't really transform like some of the other characters did throughout this season and throughout the first season, all that good stuff. He was kind of just the same. Siaka, is it really? Is there a moment in that? I didn't, you know, I'd have to pause that, I guess. That's pretty hilarious. Oh, man, I want to like know what it says right now. What would Johnny be saying about Jurassic Park in that moment? You know, it's so funny how much Jurassic Park comes up, you know, in, you know, multimedia today, whether it's, you know, this or in, or, you know, what is this called? Cobra Kai, or if it's in like The Last of Us Part 2, or, you know, just songs and stuff like that. You hear it constantly. I've heard it like mentioned a bunch of times in songs. So yeah, it's so funny that it's constantly being mentioned still. So I really got to go back and check out that moment, because I remember he typed up that huge thing, and then the kid's like, no, what are you doing? Don't send that. That's way too much. So that's hilarious. Oh, okay. So season 1, enough already. There's bigger things on here about then. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. You're definitely right there. Yeah. Darius, what are you doing, dude? Like, why are you being so pushy about the whole social media thing? I mean, sure, she kind of does harp on it a bit about, like, you know, how she's going to look to her viewers and stuff like that. And, you know, it's tough, but, it's rightfully so. I think she's got a fair, you know, reason to complain about that stuff and be worried about that stuff. Season 1. In season 2, weeks and weeks have gone by, and at that point, everybody already, like, they made the joke that, like, everybody knows what everybody's about to say. They did that in like episode 2 or 3, maybe 2. So yeah, everybody kind of knows everybody's go-to lines and phrases. So it's interesting that after several weeks, because speaking of how long, Scott, when I did my interview with Scott Kramer, he had mentioned that, like, the kids are probably on this island for 6 to 8 weeks. So that's long. That's some Eric Kirby length of time there. That's long. So, you know, the first 2 days were the first, you know, 1 or 2 episodes, I guess, could have been 1 to 2 days, but everything else was about 6 to 8 weeks or, you know, a few months, he had said. So, after all that time, he's still talking about social media and still, you know, getting on her about that. That's a little weird. You're right. Yeah, but, oh, you tagged me in it? Where did you tag me? Twitter, maybe? Oh, that's a video. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Oh man, this is hilarious. All right, let's look at this. Let's see. There was that dinosaur movie, pretty good for the 90s. I mean, not anywhere near what we had back in the day. Remember Predator? This dinosaur thing was pretty cool, but too much sciencey stuff for me. I guess you probably like that. Talking about being a doctor and stuff. That's hilarious. Oh my god. How did you like see that when it was happening, or did you like find that on the internet? That's amazing. That's hilarious. Now I'm just looking at Twitter. What's going on? I got tagged in so many things. Oh, you did. Okay, you did. Genozoic did tag me in the picture of that. Okay, cool. The Spinosaurus. What else were we talking about? All right, so yeah, all right, so we're past the whatever you say, the Brooklyn stuff then, I guess. Let's see, going back up. There was something. Oh, so Danny Castro says, "Good Lord, why haven't these kids' parents seen the news report about Jurassic World going under? Kenji's parents are rich and don't have anyone looking for him." You know, I do take issue with the fact that we've kind of skipped over that completely. This season does have an explanation for it, but it's very weak explanation, if you ask me. So going into this season, I expected, the start of the season to be like, all right, let's see the reaction from the parents, from the brother, Darius's brother, from all the people out there seeing Jurassic World happen. Imagine that sequence of like all these parents and people getting calls and just the horror, and then they have to get out to Costa Rica to go to that hangar and hopefully, find their kids. And then when they get there, their kids are nowhere to be found. And then they come into contact with Dave and Roxy, and Dave and Roxy are like, we couldn't find them. They I don't know. I don't know what happened to them, but last we saw that they were safe. I don't know. They didn't make it on the boat somehow. We saw them going to the dock, but somehow they never made it. So that's that could have been like a really heartbreaking, emotional bit, and I'm surprised they never went there. It's a bummer for me because like I don't think we can go back to that moment. I don't know if you guys watched Fear the Walking Dead, but when that show started, everybody that watched the show was like, "Oh, this is great. This is going to give us a chance to relive these early days of the zombie outbreak, the Walker outbreak." And then shortly into the show, they skipped ahead weeks or months or whatever, and you completely bypassed all that. And that everybody's like watching and being like, "Oh, those are the moments I wanted to see. I didn't want to skip ahead to where we are, like, or to how however many weeks or whatever into the apocalypse. I wanted to see those moments." And that's kind of like what I'm experiencing here, because I really wanted to see that moment of that reaction. And in season 2, they do say that the island is under UN quarantine. So nobody in, nobody out. Obviously, it's a very loose quarantine because we have Mitch, Tiff, and Hap on the island. So it seems pretty easy to get out there. But I would imagine that in this world, like, imagine if we had seen this stuff, but, they never showed us. But imagine in this show, like, seeing almost like warships and stuff off the coast, kind of like keeping this island in check. Obviously, that would have been a little tough to have Mitch and Tiff get out there with that happening, but there was ways to do it. So they didn't do that. But that's why I feel like this storyline maybe would have been better suited for like a season 3 or something. But, the island's under quarantine, so nobody in and nobody out, which, sure, the believability of that is a little iffy. You would think that, like, I don't know. I mean, why is there a quarantine on the island? Dinosaurs are loose, right? So dinosaurs are out. What's stopping them from destroying the life forms and going in there and wiping out the dinosaurs? The fact that this ongoing investigation and conversation lasts 3 years into Fallen Kingdom is pretty interesting. Like, this quarantine, Still happening that many years later? What? It was taking you so long? You would think that they would have like a short trigger with like Jurassic World, but apparently not. They're just going to let it, let it go. And it's so weird because you have two people, Dave and Roxy, that literally can go anywhere to any enforcement person and say, look, there's 6 kids on this island. We know that there's at least 6 kids. And that means there could be more people. There could be more. We didn't scan every inch. We just all ran. We all got out of there. Did they sweep all the hotels? Did they sweep every inch of the parks? I don't know. 88 Graves. You might want to back out if you haven't seen Camp Cretaceous. We're talking big time spoilers here, so maybe back out if you haven't watched Camp Cretaceous. But it's a little weird that like nobody would go out there. Like the UN wouldn't send an extraction team or anything like that within the first 6 to 8 weeks. That's crazy talk. It's crazy talk. And, like you guys are saying in the chat about the rich dad and the rich people, that are, maybe tied to some of these kids. Why? Yeah, why has there not been a Jurassic Park 3-like moment where somebody, how crazy would that have been to get, like, a small cameo from, like, a Billy Brennan or somebody like that? Like, somebody went out to Billy and they're like, we know you've been on this island, right? And he's like, no, I was on Sorna. I haven't been on Nublar. It's literally the reverse of Dr. Grant. And they kidnap him and take him to the island. We just want to get an overhead look. We've got clearance to go in the airspace, blah, 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 whatever. But imagine that. That would have been really cool to see, like, an extraction like that. But no, we didn't get anything like that. So it is mind-boggling that there was no rescue attempt at all. So I think we did miss something there. It would have been really great to kind of branch off of the kids for a second and see the parents and see the families and see what was happening off the island. And I think if they had shown, an explanation for why nothing has happened, it could have gone a very long way. It could have gone a very, very long way to helping us kind of cope with why these kids are still there 6 to 8 weeks later. But yeah, I don't know. Brooklyn has 27 million followers on like YouTube. That's gotta be loads of money. How much money is Brooklyn making that her parents wouldn't be like, well, we have control of this bank account. She's not, I don't think she's not 18. So let's use 1 million of this and send a team, a Billy Brennan led team or a Nick Van Owen led team, somebody random. How cool would that have been? And Gaming Carnitors here says, oh wait, I'm going to go back up actually. Sorry. I'm starting to lose my voice, so we won't go too much longer. How long have we been going? Oh, 2 hours. My God. Oh, Taylor mentioned you missed the VelociCoaster talk. Yep, sorry about that. You'll be in the front seats. I would love to be down there. Hopefully I can get down there. Hopefully, maybe if I can get a vaccine before then, but otherwise probably not. But keep my fingers crossed. I just got my annual pass renewal thing, like my letter for Universal, and I'm like, there's no point in renewing it if I can't get down there. So we'll see. But it's going to have to happen fast because I'm sure it's going to open sometime in the next, few months here. Siaka says, Mitch and Tiff did not receive the beacon signal, but we do know that it was received. Hanging thread. Yeah, that's a pretty great lingering thread there. It was received. Where was it received? Are they going to go ahead and say, like, kind of like duplicate what we had in this season where Mitch and Tiff are like, yeah, we got the signal? Are they just going to have, like, some random people intercept it, in season 3? Or, no, because, it still doesn't make any sense because they did that within the first episode, right? And that was the 1 to 2 days later. So you're telling me they sent a signal within the first day or so after the event in Jurassic World. And then over 6 to 8 more weeks, they built a huge treehouse. Nobody came after that signal was sent. Interesting. Again, that's just really, really interesting. All Over the Park says, what do you think about Hap's sacrifice? You said it a few times there, actually. Sorry. Hap's sacrifice. I don't think it was a sacrifice. It was in the moment, but I think he's still alive. I would guarantee he's still alive. There's no reason why he's not still alive, other than the fact that he was surrounded by 3 baryonyx. But I think he's still alive. We did not hear him die. There was no scream. There was nothing ever alluding to a death. There was a roar from a dinosaur, but there was no scream from him. So Hap, 100% still is alive. I imagine he will show up in season 3, help the kids along, because this is a story over these 2 seasons of these kids looking for help. They've been searching for help. In the first season, they find Eddie, and they look towards an adult for some help, and he is absolutely no help, and he goes to try to save himself and then dies. And then they finally find help in the second season. But they can't trust these people because it's Mitch and Tiff, and they're terrible people. But Hap is that one guy that, like, they could have trusted. And, of course, he sacrificed himself and died, probably, maybe not. But I think maybe by the 3rd season, he could maybe be that salvation. And I know at the end of season 2, they're like, I guess we're gonna have to save ourselves. Nobody else is gonna do it for us. So I hope that that's like kind of like a reverse on that, and Hap does help them, and they really can rely on an adult or something like that. Gaming Carnotaur says, we never really touch on Brooklyn or Ben's families. We know about Darius, Sammy, Kenji, and Yaz, but not about Brooklyn or Ben. Maybe Brooklyn has parental issues, and that's why she focuses on her social media. I've seen a lot of people wonder about her parents and stuff like that, and I don't see any reason why they would be bad parents. I think she's just very focused on her following. Ben, we do get a little bit about his mom and the fact that she works with Masrani. And she kind of pushed Jurassic World on him as a way to get over his fears or something like that. So we do know about as much about him as we do a lot of the other characters. So I wonder, like, what was Ben's mom's role? That's a pretty good question. I would love to know what her role was with, I guess, Masrani Global. Genozoic. Breaking quarantine by rich trophy hunters. It's like a metaphor for something. Nope, can't think of anything. Yeah, I don't know. Danny Castro says, yes, and they haven't explored the restricted area much and showed Dilophosaurus yet. Yeah. They haven't really explored a lot, and that's been a bummer. I thought, season 2, and I like season 2, to be honest. It took me a little bit to get into it, but I think one of the reasons I didn't like it at first was the fact that the exploration was very minimal. I really thought going into season 2 that we were losing the ties to Jurassic World, the film. So now they can do whatever they want. They can explore all these cool places. They can go wherever they want. But instead we get, we can't go there. There's pteranodons there. We can't go here. This is there. And we can't go there because that's there. So instead it was kind of just explained away as to why they couldn't explore. So that was kind of a bummer for me. But, a lot of the things that I didn't like on my initial viewing was because of those reasons that I went into the season with my hopes and expectations and therefore came out like a little underwhelmed. But the second time around, I was like, all right, this is pretty fun. Oh, just skipped too much. Jurassic Battle Droid says, yeah, I don't think Hap is dead. Yep, agree. Yeah, and you guys bring up Ellie, calling the military in JP3, and that movie starts off with the words restricted. So it's essentially the same thing. It's restricted airspace. You can't go near the island. But, of course, his boat gets in and parasails around the island. And then Ellie easily calls the military in, and they get in there within, hours or so. Several hours, all of a sudden the military's there. So why we have the precedent for that happening? Why has it not happened? Was Mark Degler really that impressive of a cohort to be like, hey, military, go out there and save those people? But he's like, kids? Nah, who cares? Let's not save them. I don't know why he's like a old-timey guy, but it's just what I went with. Oh, did Brooklyn say something like she pretty much takes care of herself? Yeah, I don't remember. Lucan, did you see the promotional email thing that explains why the parents aren't involved? Promotional email? No, I didn't see any promotional email. I saw like the promotional tweet that, was the phones like getting the message, but what is this email that you speak of? Yeah, 88 Graves asked about the beacon. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how beacons work either, but I would assume that there was a return signal. That's the only reason that you would get a signal received thing. I mean, same way your phone, if you send a text, it'll say read or whatever, somebody hasn't read it yet. Same kind of thing. You'll get that little ping that says that they've read it. I know. All right. Yeah, Genozoic had said, should we address the elephant in the room? Stegosaurus plate shedding. InGen recreated Stego apparently does it. It's not its Mesozoic counterpart. It's ruffling some feathers. Yeah, I know it is. And Jurassic Battle Droid said that's teaching kids that dinosaurs can shed bones. It's not Jurassic's responsibility to teach kids anything. That's the way I look at it. They have no responsibility to be accurate to science whatsoever. They have never been. They have really never been. Look at all the dinosaurs that we have throughout this franchise. How many of them are perfectly accurate? I don't know. There's probably more that are not accurate than there are ones that are accurate. So, I don't know. I just think that the shedding of the plates, it's a weird detail. I remember watching it and being like, oh, is that a Is that a thing that happens? I didn't know that. How come we don't find all these plates in the ground? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't have any knowledge about plates being found in a museum somewhere in a fossil somewhere, but I was thinking, like, is that a thing? I don't even know if that was a thing, but I will say that I liked it. I liked the fact that Darius is keeping track of all this stuff, and he notices this and he writes it down. It becomes part of the lore. It's no responsibility of these films or TV shows to teach kids what dinosaurs can and cannot do. Somebody tagged me in it today. Actually, let me bring it up. It was a funny tweet, and it said, actually, it's literally right on it. It said, inside you there are two velociraptors. One who wants accurate representation of dinosaurs in media. That in setup didn't really make much sense. One wants accurate representation in dinosaurs and media. The other loves Jurassic Park nostalgia. And that's the way to look at it. Yeah, you would like it if they were accurate, but who cares? This is all about dinosaurs with frog DNA and other DNA sequences blended together by a cartoon DNA strand, and zero explanation really as far as how these things are made outside of we got it from Amber. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. How the science represents these things. They're all weird. They're all different. They're all varying. Raptors are not raptors. Spinosaurus is not a Spinosaurus. Jurassic Park 3 poured acid on their Brachiosaurus. Who cares? I don't care. But, it's weird. Sure, it's weird that they just made up this thing. You would assume that they would have checked that's what's happening. That was a thing that could happen. Check with a paleontology consultant or something, but sure, they didn't do that. But what are you going to do? I like I said, I do kind of like that lore that is built around, hey, these things are rubbing up against trees and they're, popping them off, I guess. I don't know. It's weird, but I'm down for it. I don't really care. 88 Graves is guessing Manticore received the signal. Yeah, and Danny Kessler says, then we wouldn't have the Dilophosaurus. So yeah, exactly. Dilophosaurus, not accurate. And Gaming Carnotaur says, the Carno is actually accurate. That is the word of a few professional paleontologists. Sure, I mean, maybe, but every one of these movies has had a paleontology consultant. Jack Horner was the consultant on the first 5 films, and now Steve Brasati is the consultant on Dominion. And it's Jack Horner, I guess, didn't necessarily care all that much. I don't know. He went with what he knew, and then, some things need to be changed for the sake of entertainment. That's what this is. This is entertainment. This is not, as much as people like to say Jurassic Park is based in science and the new movies don't do that anymore. It's fake. It's a movie, and it's entertainment. And that's about it, Yeah, you mean in universe Genozoic? Again, you say again. It makes me wonder how much damage Dr. Wu has done in JP Universe paleontology. Do people believe his creations over what paleontologists say? Yeah, I would guarantee they do. I mean, Dr. Grant is out there frustrated and cannot get people to listen to him in Jurassic Park 3 about real dinosaurs and the way that they look. But at the same time, he's uncovering a velociraptor that looks like a velociraptor from the films. So, what is science? Yeah, I don't even know what paleontology is in this universe. And it's such a, I know they're coming to grips with it and things are on track, but this paleontology thing changes all the time. I feel like it's always changing. We never can settle on what a T-Rex looks like, can we? Spinosaurus changes every day, I think. I think he's changing every day. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I would assume in universe, Dr. Wu has really, made paleontology struggle, for the most part, I would assume. Genozoic. I like that you're loving my my scientific rant here. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't know anything about dinosaurs. I know what Jurassic has taught me, and what Mattel has made me. That's about it. I have artwork and posters of accurate representation of dinosaurs and books and stuff like that, and it is fine. It is what it is. Like I don't know the science behind everything. Everybody can tell me that these things are not accurate, but like in the long run, I just want to see what they're going to show us, and that's about it. If in Dominion they want to show us accurate representations of other dinosaurs, I am definitely down for that. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Danny Castro says, I personally enjoyed both science fiction and recent studies, but at the end of the day, I love this franchise anyway. And Jack Horner was on set for the old trilogy, I think. No, he was on. He was on certainly on set for Jurassic World. He was in the movie, and he played a big part in the Indominus and stuff like that. And he is listed as the paleontology consultant for Fallen Kingdom as well. I don't know, like what because I'm not really sure what his input was for something like the Indoraptor, but it says he was a part of it. But yeah. Will we see an adult Dilophosaur in Camp Cretaceous? I want to say no, and because of what you said that the creators will save it for Dominion. I think we're going to get it in Dominion. Echo is a metaphor for paleontology. Siaka says, yeah, the resonating chamber found in Grant's dig site isn't possible in real life. So even in universe, it's not one-to-one with real life. Exactly. I mean, it is what it is. It's like I said, it's entertainment. It's summer blockbusters. It's it's a film franchise. It's not real, and we have to understand that. And I know a lot of people really get mad about these representations. And like I said, it's not their responsibility. People will try to peg them for that and say that it is, but it's not. It's not. But let's go back to Camp Cretaceous. All right, so what else can we say about this? I talked about the toys and that there's not much to dwell on there. Another little confirmation was I asked Scott Kramer about Chaos, the third Baryonyx. We had Grim, which was just super brutal, getting straight up shot by Tiff. I did not expect that whatsoever. But we had Grim, we had Limbo, which was the one that was packed in with Darius from Mattel. And then we have Chaos, and Chaos is the one that looks like the Fallen Kingdom toy, looks like the one in Fallen Kingdom. And, I asked about that. I asked Scott, I was like, hey, was that, intended to be the one that we're seeing in the tunnel sequence in Fallen Kingdom? And he didn't confirm, and he didn't deny. And he just basically was like, yeah, that is true. It does kind of look like that one, doesn't it? Yeah, it does kind of look like that. And I like that answer, because that confirmed it for me. That's him. Chaos, in my mind, based off of that response, which was like, yeah, you're right. It does kind of look like him. Yeah. Basically saying, you're onto something there. I'm not going to confirm it, but you're definitely onto something. So, in my mind, without, any kind of Colin Trevorrow confirmation, I'm saying that's chaos. So I don't know what happened to Limbo between now and Fallen Kingdom, but chaos, it seems like, is the baryonyx in the tunnel in Fallen Kingdom that attacks Claire and Franklin in the tunnel sequence there with the lava and all that. So I think we can kind of confirm that. I feel like that's a good confirmation right there. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. What was the other thing I wanted to discuss? There was another point in time where we were talking about the amount of time that this show has spanned. And, we were talking about, the fact that the first thing is like a day or two later, and then the 6 to 8 weeks thing. And when we were talking about the timeline, Scott brought up the fact that he's like, well, we don't have a ton of time because the beginning of Fallen Kingdom is just right down the road. So that the fact that he brought up, I did not bring up Fallen Kingdom's intro with him. I was going to, but he actually led it right into it for me. He brought it up, which means I feel like it's on their minds. That beginning sequence in Fallen Kingdom, which is, a few months after Jurassic World. So I'm thinking, I hope that they eventually go to that moment and the kids are right there. How amazing would that be? How amazing would that be? I feel like it's right on their minds. It was right on the tip of his tongue. He didn't stumble upon it or anything. I didn't lead him into it. He just said to me that that's right down the road and they're going to butt up against it. So do they have to get the kids off before that? Is that what he was trying to say? Or is he saying that it's right there and we have something else we can tie this show into? So I hope that maybe that ties in. And I've kind of been saying this on my I think I said it in my spoiler podcast that I hope that's how we clarify E750 is the fact that there's an extraction team sent out to clear out E750 and the Indominus bone and stuff like that and get those back to the lab. But he didn't say anything about E750. Of course I asked, and he basically just said, it's just, he said, I'm not going to say anything about it, but it's just a project that, you can see in episode 2 of the first season that Wu is working on, or at least keeping tabs on it. And that's about it. He just talked about episode 2 from the first season, nothing about this new season. So I don't know. I have no idea what it is. I have zero, no idea. So I don't know. I can't wait to find out what it is. But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me right off the bat. It's frozen? Cryogenically frozen? Why? Is that what's happening? Genozoic says the freezing was convenient. Probably frog or crocodilian DNA. Likely the former, as I didn't see a breathing apparatus. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And Siaka says, what would cause Dr. Wu to freeze a dinosaur alive? I don't know. Jurassic Battle Droid says, I think it's a Troodon. I think it could be. It could be. But I have no idea. Nothing makes sense. Motion Panda says, just joined, and I have a theory as to what's in the ice for Camp Cretaceous. I think it's an accurate feathered dinosaur. Not sure what kind. Maybe. It could be. But why would it be in ice? I don't get it. None of this makes any sense. I don't know. Honestly, me saying that it's a failed Maisie clone attempt makes just as much sense as anything else. I have no idea why a dinosaur would be in there. Is it a project that he like? I can't make sense of it. I really can't. I always try to talk my way through it, and I can't really make much sense of it. I know a lot of people have been analyzing the audio and say that it sounds like a Spinoraptor from, like, I guess maybe Jurassic World Alive or something. Maybe, but again, what sense does it make? I don't know. The freezing thing is just like very interesting to me. I just don't know why it would be done and what would survive and just wake up and be good to go and probably, you know, go on an attack or something like that. I have no idea. Don't know. Danny says it would be weird if it was a Smilodon like the toy scene in the first movie, something totally random species. You know, I would be cool if it was like something like that. If it was something completely different, that would be interesting to see. Because then it could kind of be a prelude to Dominion. Because, you know, for instance, if this came out in April, you know, if they didn't delay the first season by a month, they would probably this season probably would have been in December. Season 3 probably would have been in April. And then we lead right into June with Dominion, and maybe in Dominion there's a bunch of, you know, prehistoric creatures like a saber-toothed tiger and a mammoth and stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe that was a way to kind of lead into it to get you ready for that moment. It could be. Could be. Siaka says, I watched a gazillion other Scott interviews uploaded in the past week, and I just lost the comment. Where did it go? I completely disappeared. Oh my gosh. Okay. And several different interviews had him bringing up Fallen Kingdom's cold open is 6 months away. Yeah. Yeah, like, why is he bringing that up? Like, it's weird. It's weird that it's right there on the tip of his tongue. And I don't know. I don't know if like I said, I don't know if it's him saying, look, we got to get out of here before that, or it's his way of saying we have something coming up, you know, in another season. Yeah, and 80 Grave says the T-Rex claiming Main Street as its territory would tie right into the beginning of Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have no idea. Siaka says, I feel like it's going to be something like, it was super dangerous, so we froze it. And that begs the question of why wouldn't it just be put down or kept behind several feet of lead? Or why would it be kept at all? You know, at all. Even maybe if they, like, you know, killed it and then froze it or something. But, like, why alive? And why would it just wake right up? I don't know. I don't know. And I know, you know, a lot of people have issue with the importance of it, and why would it still be there if Woo's people and everybody else cleaned out everything? You know, every lab, even the Eddie's birthday lab was cleaned out of stuff. There was nothing left. Why would they have left that? Did they forget? They didn't forget about something if it's that important. That would have been number one on Woo's checklist. It was on his computer or whatever. It was right there. Was it his precursor to the, you know, we know that the Indominus was the precursor to the Indoraptor, right? But was there another precursor in there? Was this his, you know, another attempt? I've seen a lot of people say they think it's a Spinosaurus. I personally don't think it's something big. I think if you look at that scene, there's like indications around the setting that like would make it seem that it's small. Yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea what it could be. The Troodon, I know a lot of people are bringing that up. I feel like it could be that because of, and you know, I know you guys will laugh, but the whole soft canon thing. You know, the fact that Jurassic World Live Tour centered around a Troodon, a green one named Genie, very nice Troodon. And Colin says that show is soft canon, meaning basically it doesn't matter. Because in season 3 of Camp Cretaceous, we're going to introduce a mean one. A mean, smart Troodon. I don't know. Maybe that was his reasoning. You know, maybe that's why he said it's soft canon. It's possible. I don't know. But yeah, like Motion Panda says, Troodon doesn't feel that special to be a teaser. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. It is supposed to be like the smartest dinosaur out there, right? You know, as far as science. And the way that Jurassic World Live Tour handled it, you know, the fact that it was basically a program side by side with what Owen was doing with the Raptors, it kind of tied in nicely. So maybe this is that same thing, that it was too smart for its own good, and they froze it. I guess. I don't know. And maybe the kids uncover this, you know, soft canon storyline that I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? It's impossible. It's impossible to tell. Everybody is drawing all over the image, circling things and seeing things that I just don't see. I just don't know what it is. I like your guys' conversation in the chat. Maybe it's not ice. It's ice. What if it's a vat of water to preserve it? I don't know. It looks like it's ice. And plus, I'm pretty positive there's a whole, like, thawing sound at that moment. Plus there's the flowers are frozen up on the surface. That entire chamber is freezing cold. So, yeah, it has to be frozen, whatever's in there. And I don't know. I don't think that it's going to tie into Dominion at all. I don't think it's like something we're going to see in Dominion. I don't know. I really don't think so. Yeah, and Siaka brings up the Jurassic Park, the game, Troodon. Yeah, that thing was like a monster for sure. That was a weird thing, and definitely a different design. And I could see that being what it is. But like, would there be like a bunch of them? A bunch of frozen containers? That would have been cool. But we only saw one, right? So what is the problem with one, you know, Troodon? Like, I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know you can see little things on the image, but like, what is it? That doesn't. We still don't know what it is in the container. But yeah, I don't know. I have no answer for what E750 is. I wish I knew. I asked, but I said, what is the inspiration or whatever this is for this, and got nothing back. So that's expected. But hopefully we don't have to wait too long. You know, we don't have to wait too long, I don't think. Anyway, guys, this has been going on for so long. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Definitely did not expect to be doing this that long. So I'm going to go ahead and start the outro here and get out of here because, yeah, it's getting late. So I appreciate everybody sticking around, talking about all kinds of fun stuff for 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's crazy. What are we doing? Anyway, go to JurassicParkPodcast.com. Find all of our articles, our episode show notes. We've got spoiler articles. We've got a bunch of show notes for all the stuff that we've done this past month. And we've got more fun articles coming from Season 2 in the near future. And, of course, go follow us on Twitter at Jurassic Park Pod. You can follow me at Brad Jost on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at Jurassic Park Podcast over there. You can come join us on Facebook. We have a Facebook group, too. And, of course, download the podcast. If this is the first time you're watching, we do a podcast. This is very different from this. Very different experience. So go download that on any podcasting platform out there. So you can find those on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. It's everywhere. Go download that. Go listen to that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching that. This has been fun. This Camp Cretaceous conversation has been a blast. So I appreciate it. And thanks for joining me with this whole new, whatever I got going on here. I think it was fun. I think it worked well. I liked it. So thanks, guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat for being here tonight. It's been a blast. And have a good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe out there. And as always, enjoy.